Hi. Throughout these videos, I've been saying that GIS is a visualization tool. While it serves that purpose for the user, there's a good chance that ultimately you want to present your findings to others. For example, you might want to write up a report or make a presentation, and it would be pretty nice if that included some maps to support your conclusions. And so, this video is all about how to create such a map. I'm going to assume that we want a map featuring the buffers that we created around the seal colonies in the previous video. With that in mind, in the Contents window, I will right-click on the seal buffer layer and select Zoom to Layer. I would prefer if our buffers were not obscuring the underlying land quite so much. To address this, select the seal buffer layer by selecting it in the Contents window. Then, select the Appearance tab at the top of the screen and change the transparency setting in the ribbon to about 50%. To get started on the map layout, select the Insert tab at the top of the screen. Click on the New Layout icon in the ribbon and choose a paper size and orientation. I'm going with standard letter size, in other words 8.5 by 11 inches, and a landscape orientation. To create a frame for your maps, you'll want to click, logically enough, on the Map Frame icon in the ribbon and choose the desired view. I want to map our existing map view, which is one of the choices. Click and drag a box onto your layout. The initial version of your map frame will appear. You are not by any means stuck with this map frame. Around the perimeter of the frame are a series of points. I call them hook points, although I don't know that anyone else calls them that, on which you can click and drag to change the shape and dimensions of your frame. To change what appears within your map frame, switch to the Layout tab at the top of the screen. To enter edit mode for the frame's contents, click on the Activate icon in the ribbon. Then use the Fixed Zoom and Explore icons to adjust the contents of the map frame. Once you're seeing what you want to see in the frame, click on the Layout tab at the top of the screen. By clicking on the Close Activation icon in the ribbon, you will exit the edit mode for the frame contents. To add more elements to your map, you will now want to select the Insert tab at the top of the screen. You'll probably want a title for your map. In the ribbon, click on the icon that looks like a capital A. Click and drag a box in the area above your map frame and type in your title. As you can see, I'm going with Seal Buffers. Once again, you can move the title or, using the hook points, change its dimensions. While we're at it, we can also add other things that are commonly found on maps. For example, clicking on the North Arrow icon reveals a variety of different styles of north arrows available for your use. Click on your preferred style and then click on the map to place the arrow. Move and size it to your liking. You can similarly add a scale bar using the appropriately named Scale Bar icon. Click and drag a box on the map in which to position the scale bar. I just noticed that this scale bar is in miles, whereas I sized my buffers in kilometers. So I will delete this one and replace it with another scale bar with units of kilometers. Just to show that it can be done, I will add a legend. And yes, the corresponding icon in the ribbon is called Legend. So, I think you can see how ArcGIS Pro will allow you to create a professional-looking map. But how do you get this in a format that you can plug into a report or a presentation? Begin by selecting the Share tab at the top of the screen. Then, in the ribbon, click on the Export Layout icon. This results in the appearance of an export window, superimposed on the catalog window on the right side of the screen. Let's take a look at various settings for the export window. I'm keeping the file type set to PDF, although there are a wide variety of different image types you could select using the drop-down menu. You can see that I've chosen Seal Buffer as the name of my file, and that I'm saving it to my project directory. In my experience, those are the key items that I typically address when exporting a map layout. Although, as you can see, you can specify things relating to image compression and quality resolution and more. This is the last video in my series on the basics of ArcGIS Pro. At this point, I usually give a preview of what will be covered in the next video, but since there isn't a next video, I will simply say, thanks for watching.